Thanks, I hate it. I hate it.
What music is that?
I hate the new music. I hate it. That's very lame.
Well,
Does not get you hype at all.
No, there's no way to dance to that music. That's just. Hey, at least it's back. We didn't even have a 30-second countdown last week. They did some updates to the platform, and it was just gone.
yay.
Yeah. But I do see there is a place that I can put in my own music
Okay, cool.
or my own complete intro video. So those things have been added. That's pretty cool. There's an intro and an outro video I could make. That would require me doing something.
I was about to say, you could do that. You won't.
Yeah.
We could have the CultureSmash podcast. Yeah!
That sounds awesome.
Someone says late, and I would just
Marcus!
like.
Hi, Marcus!
It was because of Steven here.
It was
No,
fully
100% because of Steven.
100%. But in my defense, I did have a funeral to go to today, and I had to come back here and do some emergency work when I got back. All right. I'll talk about it for a second when we start, but let's actually just start the show. Let me pull up the script here. Is everybody ready to go?
Yep.
On this episode of the Culture Smash Cast,
John Wick is back for number 5.
Spidey swings into theaters in a couple years.
Netflix is back on its bullshit again.
it's the Culture Smash Cast, episode 668 for April the 9th, 2025. I'm Stephen Lackey, editor of the Culture Smash Cast. Nico?
Nicholas Qualls, contributor to Culture Smash Cast.
Tina?
Tina Qualls, contributor to Culture Smash Cast.
Zach?
I'm Zach. I'm tired.
That is lame. I don't want to hear it.
What? I've had a long day, man.
Yeah, Zach is doing something interesting right now.
Yeah. So, see, sometimes the government sends you a letter saying you gotta do something, and that's what I gotta do. And usually this will be like 3 days maximum. Well, Zach gets the bad luck. He gets the 2-week long one.
Oof!
2
Yeah.
weeks jury duty. Fun.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Marcus. It's such a weird thing going to a funeral sometimes because it was actually for a instructor from college, a professor from when I was in college, and a bunch of people from that time were all going. People that I was friends with, I haven't seen in a long time, and you get this weird excitement to see people, but it's like tragic. It's like, what the hell? How are you supposed to feel going to these things? But it was good to see people. It was just a sad event to go to today.
You're not supposed to cry, at their loss. You're supposed to smile that it happened.
Ah, okay.
It was almost touching.
Yeah, so I go off the grid for just a couple hours, and all hell breaks loose. I know we're not a political podcast, but apparently the Cheeto got broken today, and most of the tariffs are off now. My portfolio went up literally 4% today.
What are you talking about? Art of the deal.
Heart of the dumbass.
It's never back down. Part 5, the back down.
I guess. Oh, sidebar. Marcus, will you put it in the Discord for that we're live for me? Thank you, sir.
I don't know.
Yeah, can you post in that? Thanks. I do it myself, but
But I'm lame as hell. Yeah, so Zach decided to become part of our Sunday cinema at just the most opportune time.
Son of a bitch, dude! Like, I got a punch in the balls, and then I got a punch in the mouth.
That seems fair.
So for our subscribers, everybody, you either have to be a subscriber or part of my production team to be in that Discord. So that's why you guys are there.
I just joined that because I was like, oh, people are like in a chat room, and now I'm just suddenly in there. Okay.
What's up, Sydney? Welcome. So Zach, I asked Zach, do you want to become part of the Sunday cinema? Then you get to pick. You get to pick a movie because we all get a turn. Well, one of our subscribers, I hope she comes in here, Samantha, picked this movie called Love Stinks. Boy, this was unanimously agreed upon that this was the worst movie we've watched in all of Sunday
I
cinema
would just
so
like
far.
to say, you said Zach's gonna bail. Zach's gonna quit on this movie.
So that was a little reverse psychology on my part because I knew if I said that, you
Son of a
wouldn't.
bitch. Because it worked. Because I was like, well, motherfucker, let's just see how well we
I
can do.
I knew it.
And the whole time I'm just sitting there like, because they were like, oh, we'll play this movie and we can do a cringe you drink. And I was like, I won't need it. And then the movie starts and like, I'll be back. I gotta make a drink.
It's really, really bad. It's so bad that in every live stream I've done this week so far, Marcus, who's in the chat right now, insulted that movie in the stream just because he's still butthurt about how bad it was. It was
To me, it was just forgettable. Like I forgot I watched it until you brought it up.
next week's gonna be peak. You can spoil the movie for the early birds. Oh hell no, hell no. Each week the movie is a surprise now. This Sunday is Marcus's pick, who's in our stream right now. He gets to pick something.
I would be the asshole who, like, when it would be my turn to pick, I'd be like, listen, I know Zach fucking hates this movie. We're going to watch The Dead Don't Die.
So I chose last week.
Please don't. Please don't.
I chose Eden Lake, and everybody hated it.
Please don't pick The
Or
Dead
Black
Don't Die.
Sheep. He hated Black Sheep, too.
Black Sheep, yeah, let's go.
I would say he might like Black Sheep more if it's not like movie 4 or 5 in a 12-hour marathon.
Did Zach hate Black Sheep? I know Nathan.
I don't think I hate it.
I was going to say, I thought Nathan was the one who hated Black Sheep.
Nathan, I think, really hated Black Sheep.
He really hated Black Sheep. This is
I thought it
Inside
was
Baseball,
silly. Yeah.
but this is our 12 Hours of Terror. We watched 12 hours of horror movies back to back. And that year, Tina picked a movie that was in the list. It was called Black Sheep, and I
It's
love
one of
that
my
movie.
favorite, like, I need a stupid-ass fucking movie. Let's do it.
It is awesome. I love it. I think it's hilarious. Sydney says, Steven, your thoughts on the movie what? Flight Risk. I give it a 1 out of 5. So here are my thoughts on the movie Flight Risk. It stars Mark Wahlberg and it's directed by Mel Gibson. Get fucked. I'm not watching that. That gets no money or attention.
So
from
you
me.
saw it?
No, I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it.
Then why'd you rate it 1 out of 5?
No,
I didn't rate it. She rated it 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Sydney rated it 1 out of 5. Not me. Yeah, I had no intention of watching that movie. I'm kind of overdone with Mark Wahlberg, and I've been done with Mel Gibson. Even though Mel Gibson is a good actor, he's a good actor. He's just an asshole human being that when he opens his mouth, disgusting vomit always comes out.
Asterisk, he was a good actor.
I was about to say.
I haven't seen anything that he's been in that I liked.
Well, I haven't seen anything that he's been in since what was that, Edge of Darkness or something, and he was pretty good in that movie. I think that was the last one.
I mean, I went and saw Hacksaw Ridge, which I thought was a flawed as fuck movie, but at least the action scenes were well.
I was going to say he's not in that though, right? He just directed.
He directed it. Well, Flight Risk he directed.
Yeah, Flight Risk he directed also. Yeah, that's what we were just talking about, acting. Yeah, and to me the movie also, it just looked bad. It just did not look good to me.
Yeah, it did not have any interest.
So hearing that you gave it a 1 out of 5 tells me that I probably did a good job dodging that bullet, thankfully. Let's see, what else have we been up to? Oh, Zach and I are excited. We got tickets to see Sinners in 70 mil.
No,
it's not 70 mil. What is it then? It's just regular IMAX.
Laser.
Oh, well, dual laser. We'll take that.
I mean, if we want to see it in 70 mil, we gotta drive 5 hours to Indianapolis.
Yeah, we nixed that one. We're still driving.
I'll drive 2.5.
We're driving 2.5. Yeah, so we're gonna be seeing that on the 19th. That's one of my most anticipated movies of the year. So I'm excited to get to see it in that format. What else? What have you guys been up to?
Honestly, we haven't really done. Did we do a show after the Oscars game? I feel like we have.
Yeah.
I think we did do a show after the Oscars game. Yeah.
So I think I have narrowed down the 2 movies that are contending for my pick of Wild Card, because I won, because I used data, because I actually played, so fuck off.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
But speaking of Film Ball, I'm gonna hold this the entire show so that I can spend time with my trophy.
Oh, I think you should. I think you should do that. You should
Because
do
it
that.
will leave.
It's definitely leaving you because we're going to get to that in just a second. There is a movie that is a game changer for the film ball game, 100%. And it is both annoying and exciting for me because I'm playing in so many games.
Look, chicken jockey.
Man, listen, I'm so glad I am not seeing Minecraft in theater because if that shit happened.
Like, I've heard the movie itself is great, but I've heard that people are just being assholes in it.
I've heard the movie is pretty fucking meh.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too.
And then people are who is literally like the epitome of reference point.
Yeah,
I feel like reference.
It's just bringing out the. Yeah, it's bringing out the worst in that particular group of people, which is already a stereotype. It's just fucking gross. It's fucking gross.
I've seen people literally bring in bags of popcorn, like that you get at Kroger or whatnot, like the giant ones, just so at that moment they can just spray.
And I don't understand why, as a theater manager, if you saw that, you wouldn't automatically turn that person away. I would.
You just sneak it in.
I've not seen The Brutalist. Sydney asked, have we seen The Brutalist yet?
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
And
Zach and I saw it.
Desire to.
Yeah, Zach and I saw it, and best I could tell you is the first half is mid, and the second half is dog shit. I did not.
If I had had the urge to see The Brutalist, Adrian Brody's fucking acceptance speech at the Oscars would have killed any desire.
Oh, yeah, it was terrible.
Oh my god.
It was really bad. All right, so let's jump into these intros and get this thing started because I know we're going to be talking a lot because we haven't actually done this show in a hot minute. So join us every Wednesday night live on YouTube and Twitch starting at around 6:15, 6:30, 6:45, maybe even 7 o'clock CST. Just kind of subscribe, damn it. Follow us on your platform of choice and get notified when the show goes live and interact with us in the chat because we do follow the comments all throughout the show. Special thanks to Skinny Mixes for supporting the Culture Smash cast. Skinny Mixes are coffee and cocktail and dessert syrups that are 0 sugar, 0 calorie, and 0 to 2 carbs. Head on over to skinnymixes.com and try some of their drink and dessert syrups, such as the white chocolate, salted dark chocolate, and salted caramel. They also feature a variety of cocktail mixes and water infusions. Spice up your coffee or cocktail with less sugar, calories, and carbs. Use promo code CultureSmash for a 15% discount on your order. And currently, once again, $50 purchases there get you free shipping. So that's the way to go. Let's take a look at the box office for this past weekend. Very interesting. Number 10 is Captain America: Brave New World. It made 1.3 million. It's made 199 million so far. Very mid movie. Number 9 is The Friend. I want to see this one. I hear good things. Made 1.6 million. Opening at 1.7. It is out. Yep.
What the hell? No one told me about that.
Yeah. It is. I almost saw it over the weekend. It's playing at Opry Mills inside baseball for Nashville. But
this is a different movie. I was thinking the one A24, different one.
I don't know which one you're thinking of then.
The one with he's the lead guy from I Think You Should Leave.
Oh, that doesn't help. Anyway, number 8 is Hell of a Summer, opening new this weekend, $1.7 million opening. This is the Finn Wolfhard movie, the kid from
Stranger Things kid.
Stranger Things. He co-wrote this one, and I think directed it. Yeah, and I hear that it's just okay. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear it's okay. Number 7 is The Chosen: Last Supper. It made 1.8 million. It's made 17.9 in total so far. Number 6 is Death of a Unicorn. It made 2.6 million. It's made 8.4 so far. Here's an A24 movie that is bleh. It's very bland, mid. Yeah. Number 5 is
mid.
So this is an interesting one. Number 5 is The Woman in the Yard. It made 4.5 million. It's made 16.6 million in total so far. I want to talk about this movie for just a minute because it is super divisive. You either love this movie or you fucking hate it. And it really boils down to your interpretation of the finale of the film. The weird thing is, I don't know if I think she might be listening. Crystal had made this comment, and it's 100% true, that The Woman in the Yard feels more like an A24 movie than Death of a Unicorn. Death of a Unicorn should be like a Universal Pictures movie or a Blumhouse, and Woman in the Yard should be an A24 or Neon, because it is not your typical horror film. It's doing a whole lot more and saying a whole lot more than what you would normally expect from the producers of Megan. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people are going in looking for that Blumhouse experience, and it's not that. It's not. I gave this movie a 4.5 out of 5. I fucking loved it. I loved this movie. I thought what it was trying to say is brilliant, and it's beautifully acted by Danielle Detweiler. She's fantastic. So if you're listening to this, go see it while it's in the theater, because this is the movie that deserves a little bit of attention and some love. And number 4 is Snow White. It made $5.9 million. It's made $77 million in total. You know what the good thing about this movie is? Here's the good thing.
Over?
No,
it's out now. So
here's the good thing about this movie is it's doing so poorly that the Tangled live action got completely canned.
Yeah.
Oh no! Don't
Yeah.
say that. No.
And in fact,
I'm devastated.
If it's not already deep into production or in post production, there's no more live action and redos planned for the time being from Disney.
Thank God.
Yeah. So we're still getting Lilo and Stitch because it's basically done.
Lilo.
Sorry, fuck me in the yeah, Jesus Christ, Lilo. But anyway, we're still getting that one, and I think there's another one. There's one other that I think we're getting.
It's not Disney, but you're getting How to Train Your Dragon, which
it's a different company, and that one's gonna do well. That one's gonna make money. I'm excited.
But it looks like it's just a scene for scene reshot.
Dude, it's directed by the same director, and he's remaking his own movie. Like, what the fuck?
So they did show the movie in its entirety at CinemaCon, and I saw some. Obviously, it's embargoed, so they can't really review it. But I did see some people talking about how the majority of it is shot for shot, but then there's also some differences. So I don't know. I'm interested to see it. I think it looks interesting.
I can already tell you the acting is better because every fucking scene that I have seen from Snow White with Gal Gadot, she is
the acting in the new How to Train Your Dragon is better than Snow White.
Yes.
Not the original How to Train Your Dragon.
There was a review I saw on Letterboxd where it's like, this movie should just be titled The Gal Gadot Survival Experience.
Pies are luxuries.
But let's be real. Gal Gadot has never been a good actor.
No,
what has she done?
Yeah, it's like I see constantly now. I see reels of like her line delivery from all of her past movies. I'm like, yeah, that's bad.
Kal-El, no.
I mean, she was fine as Wonder Woman in the first Wonder Woman, but I wouldn't say that she didn't come in and own that role in such a way that someone else couldn't do it. You know what I mean?
The script and direction were doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Oh,
God.
I had to watch that trailer for fucking 3 years.
So yeah, it's just being shown, for her full capabilities now. So it's what it is, right? All right. So number 2, number 3 was The Chosen Last Supper. We did that one, right? And then number 2. Oh, part 2. It opened new. 6.9 million open to over the weekend. This is a show, right? Isn't that what we discovered?
Watch more of a show on a big screen.
Okay, Mr. Game of Thrones.
That was a one-time thing. It had never been done really before, and it was exclusive to IMAX. I know.
Number 2 is A Working Man. It made 7.3 million. It's made 27.8 million so far. I'm hearing this is not good. It's
Isn't this is this Jason Statham movie?
It is.
Guy Ritchie?
It is. No, it's not Guy Ritchie. It's the same. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. The same person who did Beekeeper.
Oh, the guy that did Fury, right?
Yeah, I'm completely drawing a blank.
Oh well.
David.
That's it. They're there. Thank you. Number 1 is a Minecraft movie. It made $162.7 million in its opening weekend.
I will say the best thing out of the Minecraft movie that I've seen so far is the beautiful friendship between Jason Momoa and Jack Black, where Jason Momoa knitted them matching sweaters.
Like in real life or in the movie?
Yes, in real life.
Chicken jockey.
So we've got 2 wide releases for the weekend. Warfare is 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and Drop is at 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. I was a little shocked at that Drop review, so I had to investigate a little further. I'm like, how is this movie? I can get with it if you like it.
Shit.
Why? Do you see something different now?
Uh,
What do you mean?
Your audio is delayed, and you are like pixels.
Yeah.
Huh. It looks fine to me.
He's in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Not the Minecraft.
Say Flint and Steel.
uh,
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
I was
Well-
really hoping he'd freeze on a funny facial expression, though.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if I wasn't doing this right now, I'd be seeing Warfare in IMAX. But
wow. I actually saw my camera go out. That's weird. I have to edit this later.
he's back.
I have returned. Oh shit! I forgot where we were in the discussion.
We
Oh,
were talking about Drop.
yeah, Drop. So 87%. That seems really high for that movie. It's only 57 reviews.
That's still
It's still high, right? So to give some context, I gave this movie a 1.5 stars out of 5.
I mean, Warfare has 54 reviews at 90%.
Right. Yeah. So I don't want to get too much into it because it's not out yet, and I don't want to be spoilery. But I did not like this movie. It's some of the worst editing that I've seen in a movie in a long time. I mean, this is Bohemian Rhapsody levels of bad. Like,
Sorry, the chat.
what?
God damn.
I am Steven. I am always late. I am bald.
I don't know what I would do in my life without Marcus trolling me on the daily basis.
Steven saying Rockin' Stone.
Oh, what's up, Samantha? We were talking about your movie earlier, Samantha. Your Sunday Night Cinema pick. Zach said he loved it.
Oh, God.
Zach said he loved it. But anyway, so the majority of Drop takes place in a restaurant, and it's between a couple having a conversation. And in the first act of that movie, it pushes in on a close-up of one of the characters' faces. That character says one line. It cuts to the reaction shot of the other character. Cuts back immediately to that same shot of the person's face. He says something else. Cuts back to her face again with a reaction shot and nothing to say. Cuts back to him saying something else. It's back and forth like a ping pong ball for a good 8 minutes of just bing, 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 bing. It's so terrible. And that's just one little piece of the bad editing that's in that movie. There's some decent cinematography, but it's the cinematography is ruined by the editing. And plus, I don't want to get too much into the story. I'll do it after next week after it's out. But I did not like it. I wanted to. I saw it early at South by Southwest. But that Warfare and Drop are the 2 wide openings. I suggest checking for the smaller openings too, like the more limited releases, because that's kind of the magic right now is the limited release stuff. I want to talk really quickly about one of those, which is a movie called Freaky. Freaky Tales, I'm sorry, has Freaky Tales is what it's called, and it has Pedro Pascal and a bunch of other really great people in it.
Isn't it like an anthology?
It is an anthology. It's set in the 80s, and it feels like one of those campy 80s anthologies where there's just shit in it that they don't bother to explain, but it's purposeful in its ambiguity. And it's 4 shorts that are throughout the runtime interconnected. So it has horror, it has action, it has a drama, it has a little bit of sci-fi. It's a wild ride. I highly recommend it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's super fun. The soundtrack is amazing. Especially if you like that sort of 80s more innocent type of rap music, which is really fun to me. And when I say innocent, it's just a different vibe than what we have now. It's really a really fun movie. Highly recommend it. Let's see. name some directors that you hate because of the way they direct their movies. Go, Zach.
Bay.
Um,
Michael Bay.
So it's, for me, it's not that the way Michael Bay directs his movies. It's the way he doesn't care about having a good script.
It's the way he shoots it. It's the way he composes his shots. It's the way that he tells his actors to perform. It's the way that he has disregard for his audience. The way he has disregard for his script.
Hang on. Tell me how you really feel.
Like, you're like, oh, well, it's just the plots. And I'm like, it's everything else too, bro.
Yeah,
it's the way he has no restraint, like, in his edit. It's the way, like where do you want me to stop?
So, with that in mind, what's the Michael Bay movie that you like?
The Rock.
Yeah, that's my go-to also.
Yeah.
The Rock. Yeah.
Marcus has a really valuable input on this one director.
30 years
can't remember his name, but he makes horror documentaries and is bald, cross-eyed, blind, and always late.
That goes a little bit rude. There's a little bit of something rude there that I don't really like.
A little
over the line.
Yeah,
over the line.
There's one aspect, Marcus, in that comment that I wish you'd stop doing. I'm just going to be real serious for a hot second.
Yeah.
There's one piece in there, and I think you can tell what it is. I don't like it. The rest of the stuff is great, but that one piece I wish you'd stop doing. Let's see.
If there was another director I hate, it would be Jason Friedberg and Aaron Seltzer.
Oh, go on.
Well, they made like Epic Movie, Disaster Movie, Meet the Spartans, The Starving Game.
All the parody movies.
Yeah, but they're
fucking
lazy ass movies too. Trying to think of another director I have utter disdain and detest.
Who's the director who directed the one?
Uwe Boll's a real piece of shit.
He's personally a piece of shit, and he doesn't make good movies, but they're tax scams.
Yeah, that's true.
The actual Hulk movie was one.
They are tax scams.
Hulk. I thought you said Hulk.
No, Hulk.
Ang Lee.
Yeah, Ang Lee. Fuck Ang Lee.
Whoa.
Damn. Oh, Samantha says Bay's movie often show Hispanic folks really poorly, according to my Hispanic husband.
Racist.
I could see that.
So, like, add that to the list.
Add it to the list.
I want to rewind. I want a breakdown as to why Ang Lee from Tina.
I have not seen an Ang Lee movie that I actually fucking like.
Really?
Yeah.
Less Caution?
Didn't like it.
Okay.
Wow. All right. Well, damn.
Because I didn't like Billy Lynn. I didn't like Gemini Man.
Nope.
There's one I'm thinking
Crouching
of.
Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
I was going to say that one is one.
I don't really like it, though.
It's pretty, but that is more on the cinematography. It has nothing really... Like, honestly, the directing for that movie dragged it down.
I didn't like the story. It was, like, really kind of Stockholm Syndrome-y. And I didn't like the story at all. I thought the action was nicely shot.
Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah, hate
I
that
haven't
movie.
seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No.
Hate that movie.
The Ice Storm?
And that's the thing. I like destruction porn, so that's usually a good go-in for me. It's like,
What do you mean? The Ice Storm?
yeah.
Is that a destruction movie?
No, it's
No,
not.
not really, but like...
No, the Ice Storm is more about like substance abuse and swingers.
I'm thinking of a
Yeah.
different one.
That's what.
Never mind.
The Ice Storm's pretty good.
Oh, wait, shit. Add Roland Emmerich to the list.
I don't think I've seen the Storm, but
The Ice Storm's good. Roland Emmerich is a great choice, even with people's love of like Independence Day, which I think is a little bit overloved.
Fucking awful movie.
Independence Day is a bad
wrong.
movie.
But yeah,
If
it's
you
like
think Independence Day is a good movie, you're wrong.
cannot point out a single Ang Lee movie that I enjoyed.
Marcus said Michael Bay ruined The Ambulance. I think that there was no way that movie was ever going to be good.
I think The Ambulance ruined The Ambulance.
I think you're right. So anyway, we could do this all day though. So we want to get to the film ball numbers real quick.
All right.
All right, Marcus. Here we go.
For the Tier 2 Discord game, In third place is Frenchie with $87.1 million. In second place is Samantha with $148.1 million. And in first place is Nick with $442.9 million. I'm going to go on ahead and call this in Nick's favor.
Okay,
That's
quick.
a little bit. In the Discord Tier 1 game, in third place, RIP, is Marcus with $130.3 million. In second place is Bryce with $208.3 million. And in first place is Steven with $327 million.
Oh.
Now, with that one, Marcus has Sinners, Until Dawn, and The Woman in the Yard still. But Steven, you have the Minecraft movie, so I think I'm going to call it in your favor.
I'm going to win this one, baby. What you think about that, Marcus? Sinner's got to make $1 billion. Keep holding your breath. Keep holding your breath.
Samantha says Greta Gerwig is one I don't care for.
That's a shame because I like Greta Gerwig as a director.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't like Barbie, but I still think she's a fine director.
I think Lady Bird's
fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Little Women is not my movie.
It's not, but it's pretty good.
I've never liked that story though.
Yeah,
so,
it's
probably the best version of it, but I don't like that story.
Exactly.
All right, for the TikTok game. Hey, Steven, remember how you're winning that last Discord game? Well,
yeah.
In fifth place is Steven with $35.2 million.
Son of a bitch.
In fourth place is Chris with $64.3 million. In third place is Andrew with $68.1 million. In second place is Dustin with $251.1 million.
Oof.
And in first place is Jason with $264.4 million. That one's going to be a bit harder to call. Dustin only has the drop, but he does still have a little bit of Snow White money coming in. And then Jason is completely done. So it's all dependent on how much Snow White comes in, but because they're so close, I mean, there's not even 15 million separating them. It's too close to call.
Oh.
So.
Well, all I know is I'm doomed in that game.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna no hope.
I'm gonna end up.
Just like you have no hope in our game. It's okay because I also have no hope.
Steven's just left. He's done.
So I might as well like try to enjoy this as long as I can.
I know, that's why I'm holding mine as
I'm gonna have to ship
possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ship it.
In the podcast group, currently in fifth place is Nathan with $70 million. Nathan has the Minecraft movie.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan's gonna rock.
Yeah.
Steven is currently in fourth place with $86.6 million. In third place is me with $102.5 million. In second place is Zach with $143 million. And in first place is Nico with $280.9 million. This one's going to come down to Nico and Nathan.
It really is.
Zach might get close enough because he does have 4 movies left. He has Woman in the Yard, Sinners, Until Dawn, and Passion of the Christ. But I don't think
I'm fucked. I'm super fucked.
I don't
think Passion of the Christ got pushed too. So
I think Passion of the Christ got pushed. So that one's not happening. Yeah.
Rip my
Steven,
$2.
You have no hope. You only have The Accountant too. I still have Legend of Ochi, but again, not banking on that. Nathan still has Drop, The Ritual, and again, the Minecraft movie. Nico just has The Amateur. He has a little bit of money coming in still from Mickey 17, but I think that's only one more week. So, yeah, it's just going to come down to Nico and Nathan. So, this isn't going to be in Tennessee for quite a while. We just got to see if it's going to be in Atlanta or Orlando.
Marcus says that there's the original movie, The Ambulance, is actually really good. I didn't really realize. I don't know if I knew that was a remake. Huh.
Huh.
Yeah. So he said the original's really good. Well, that sucks, but it's just one of those things. We all knew the Minecraft movie was going to make money, but damn, this is excessive money.
The
That's
thing
wild.
that I was commenting to Nico about is you put a lot of faith in, and at least in our game, in the Looney Tunes movie, and that didn't make shit.
I actually put a lot of faith in the accountants is where I was putting a lot of my faith into it because I didn't end up getting the stupid Minecraft movie. I knew that was going to make money. I fought for it in the other game I was in, but
Yeah, because your most expensive movies were A Den of Thieves, but that was a wild card.
yeah,
A Working Man, which you put $21 into.
yeah, and that one
And
sucks.
then Looney Tunes, which was $13. Everything else was $8 or below.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hell of a game, damn it. Sounds like that trophy might end up going to Florida.
yep, it's
I hate
either going to be Florida or Georgia still.
Yep.
So
All right, let's do some stories. We haven't done that in a minute.
yeah, all right. So Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse has finally set a new release date to swing into theaters. At CinemaCon on Monday, they announced that the film hits theaters June 4th, 2027. Womp womp.
Wah, wah.
4 years. 4 after the previous entry. Like, luckily it's animation, so Miles Morales isn't going to age out and be a 30-year-old as a teenager.
Except his voice might.
Now, the previous entry Across the Spider-Verse set records for the franchise. They also showed the first footage of the new film. Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go, Miles says in the footage. I'm going to do my own thing. It's like, I thought we got that from, the first movie.
That's the second movie.
Yeah, it's not saying much new, is it?
Yeah, it
We'll
sounds
see.
like they don't have much of.
Yeah, there's not much to go on. Bob Perschetti and Justin K. Thompson direct the latest sequel in the franchise from a script credited to Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and David Callahan. The release date has been one of much speculation after it fell out of the release calendar back in 2023. It was previously dated for March 29th of 2024, which was just 9 months after Across the Spider-Verse. However, Spider-Verse masterminds Lord and Miller, who produce and write the features, are known for their perfectionist tendencies and feel pressured to deliver something new with each of these films. The first Spider-Verse movie in 2018, Into the Spider-Verse, was a genre-breaking hit and earned a Best Animated Feature Oscar. And June 2023's Across the Spider-Verse topped all expectations, earning more than $682 million globally.
So I will say the artwork that they've shown is pretty awesome. It looks great. But
I mean,
go ahead.
it's kind of par for the course for this series.
Yeah, you expect it to be really great.
High, but it doesn't look like the bar has flipped. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
It's just it should not have taken this long.
Yeah.
I mean, the rumors are that they've made this movie twice now.
Yeah.
I mean, they announced the director a few months ago, and I'm like, what the fuck y'all been doing for the past few years?
Exactly.
And it would make sense if it was like, well, we've made the movie, but now we're really making the movie. It's like,
But you made the movie, and you made too much of the movie before you paid attention to the fact that your script sucks, so you have to do it again.
Like, I was willing to forgive, like, the whole, like, it didn't have an ending of the last one when the next one was right around the corner.
Yeah.
But now with it being 4 years, like, that's a... Oh, God.
And it's also weird to think a whole fucking, like the world's changed so much since the last.
It has, yeah. It's like the social commentary that would go along with this movie has clearly changed.
Yeah.
It would have to.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's one of the things that they kept going back to the drawing board on. I don't know, but 2027, my dudes, woof.
Yeah. Like, they get you all hyped showing you new artwork, and years away. It's like they're just starting.
It's like, don't even tease my balls, man. Like, just...
Don't even. Yeah, don't even tickle them because you're not going to finish for years. So it's crazy to me.
I'm just gonna be sitting there like blue,
Well,
you know.
Well, the other interesting thing about this is it's not in a vacuum. The MCU Spider-Man, like the live action Spider-Man, which is also produced by Sony, as was announced before this one was announced. The release date, and it's going to be 2026. So we said the last Spider-Verse was what year?
2023.
And No Way Home was 2022.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't have a good explanation. I don't know how that leads in. It just seems really weird that it's taken this long for the film when the first one, not the first one, not the prior one, was
The previous one,
definitely part 1 of 2. Like,
Yeah.
It makes sense for there to be a good gap between the original Spider-Verse movie and then going into the second one. But like Zach says, like the idea of the ending of the second one is there's going to be another film coming out relatively soon.
It's like the Avengers. Like the first 2 Avengers films were a complete story. Yes, they set up for the films that came after that. But when you get to Infinity War and Endgame, if they did not release within that year, there would have been riots.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, imagine waiting 4 years between
No. So
Infinity War and Endgame. That would be ridiculous.
Or many years between seasons of a show like Handmaid's Tale. Everybody's talking about Handmaid's Tale now, and it's been so long since season 5. I don't remember what happened.
I know I have to rewatch everything from the beginning, mostly because I fucking love The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah,
I love it too.
Imagine watching Kill Bill Volume 1 and then waiting 4 years.
Imagine watching Kill Bill Volume 2 and then waiting, what time is it now, for 3?
There's not.
Or how many years for this single movie combination that we want?
Yeah.
We're still waiting for.
We're still
the
waiting
whole
on
bloody
that.
affair or whatever it's called. I don't think we're ever getting it.
I don't think we're ever getting a 3 either.
All right, moving on.
All right. Speaking of things we are getting, John Wick Chapter 5.
Damn,
I hate it.
Despite a fairly definitive ending to John Wick Chapter 4, go watch it to avoid spoilers. We're going to get a John Wick Chapter 5. John Wick Chapter 4 hit theaters in 2023 and surpassed $440 million in global box office. The franchise originally kicked off in 2014 with the original John Wick. We are also, of course, dealing with the expanded John Wick cinematic universe with the Ballerina spinoff hitting theaters in June 6th. The new series John Wick Under the High Table is under development by producer, And back in 2023, Lionsgate previous chair teased possible plans for a 5th movie as well. So has been teased out, but is officially happening. Keanu Reeves, John Wick, Chapter 5. I don't know how that's going to work out.
What do you mean?
The last movie ended.
What do you mean? John Wick's dead. There's no more.
There you go. All right, there it goes.
See, that's
John
my
Wick's-
problem. Is it's like you remember like when the announcement of a John Wick film would get you hype, and now the announcement of a John Wick film gives you like existential dread.
Well, I think there's a definitive difference. It's not like the franchise has gone downhill, which it's not. I mean, the first one's the peak, but it's not like the franchise has just continued to degrade.
Oh, I think it has. I think it has.
That's the point. That's not the reason you feel for dread. You feel for dread because the franchise is over. Like
he's dead.
That's one part of it. The other part is these are diminishing returns.
Yeah, it's like
that and the stakes have just gone out the window. There's is John Wick gonna? Of course, he's gonna survive now because apparently he's fucking immortal because they keep cashing that cow.
Well, on top of that, though,
in the second movie. But after the second movie, when they announced the third, I was like, oh, he's immortal.
No.
Well,
I was
okay,
fine when they announced the third because it felt like we were going to a conclusion.
Yeah. But then the fourth movie went full video game. I mean, you've got like bulletproof jackets and all the shit. I mean, there's no stakes anymore.
The stairs scene towards the end of the movie, it felt like a video game level. Yeah.
Yeah. It even went isometric in the view, like fucking Diablo or something, and people loved it.
It went like full Hotline Miami, which I love Hotline Miami, But
that's
John
a game.
Wick is not appropriate for that.
And so many people were like, "Oh, it's so cool." I'm like, "No, it's fucking not cool. It's not. It feels like there's no stakes, nothing matters. Everybody lives or dies how the script wants them to. There's no jeopardy. It's just, yeah. I did
I will
not like
say,
John Wick 4. I did not
I
like
am
that movie.
looking forward to the ballerina because I fucking love the John Wick world. I want to see more characters. Like, I want to see the focus shift to more
Mhm.
characters, which is exactly what we're getting in the ballerina. So I'm hyped for it.
I don't know. Speaking of earlier conversation with Mel Gibson, did anybody watch the Continental prequel Peacock
No.
series?
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
No, because, well, my investment is with John Wick. It's not with the hotel.
I would have been fine with the world, but I mean, getting back to Mel Gibson's in it. That
Oh, I didn't know.
automatically knocks out points.
Ooh, are we about to get Fancy Cat Butthole? Fancy Cat
Look.
Butthole.
Yeah.
Look at my fancy butthole.
Look at
Um,
Fancy Butthole.
Ooh, fancy butthole. Yeah, I don't know if I'm as hardcore as Zach, where my only investment is in John Wick himself. If they could do a side character or something, like if Ballerina ends up being cool, then maybe. But yeah, I'm not really hyped for anything. And the fourth John Wick movie, just ruined the franchise so much for me. That
Dude,
first,
it was 3 hours long, dude.
yeah.
Did you?
And I
forget
just feel
that?
like that first John Wick movie is just such a near perfect example of what a good action movie should be. It had melodrama, it had good action. I know Zach hates the fight at the end, but I love it because I think it's part
I
of.
go between absolutely hating it and thinking it's all right,
Like,
depending on my
I-
mood.
for me,
I like it.
the
Good.
scene that caused me to really be like, this is it. This is the best. Was the scene with Theon Greyjoy and John Leguizamo when he goes into the shop and he's like, "Where'd you get that fucking car? Get the fuck out of my shop." That right there set the whole mood for the movie.
Yeah, and
I
I
want
actually
another
What's
pop.
happening?
I love John Leguizamo in that role also. It's just part of just the cool world building of that movie. But yeah, it's just they've gotten worse and worse, and the only solace I could take was that John Wick was dead. But now, maybe not. Definitely not. We're getting a fifth movie, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Will I watch it? Probably. Yeah, I will. I will. But, I mean, I was having this discussion earlier with the whole Doomsday thing. I think there's so many characters and stuff going on in that movie. I don't see how it could actually be good. But will I see it? Yeah, I'm gonna see it.
My issue with Doomsday when they did the whole cast announcement is like, no one in this lineup has me hyped at all.
No,
Like-
no one was
Mhm.
oh my god.
Pretty much the only thing is like, oh, they're actually using Simu Liu for stuff. Because like,
Mhm.
even though I think Shang-Chi falls apart in the third act, I think he's good in it, and I liked the first first half, 2/3 of the movie.
And it's like, if you're going to introduce a character like that for their own movie, bring them in.
Yeah, and it's just like everyone else, like the only like real heavy hitter, like bankable person you have on this list is the person you started it with Chris Hemsworth, and then the person you ended it with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, we'll see how the Fantastic Four movie does, but
It's like,
that could be a return to form.
they're bringing in some of the Fox X-Men. It's like, they've already done that. That's
they
not
did.
really a surprise.
No.
It's a pleasant, okay, cool. We get to see.
Yeah, I don't think they belong. I think we were supposedly closing the door on them with.
I thought Deadpool vs. Wolverine was, I think, a good capstone to the Fox films. Especially, like, it did the whole ending credits, like,
Yeah,
behind the scenes, but it's like, okay, we're done. We're never coming back here. And then, guess what?
Well, I knew that wasn't going to be the end of the Fox line of Marvel, just because of how the Marvels ended.
I don't know. I think we could have got around a little bit of that. But the fact that they're bringing in so many of the X, we'll see. But also,
well,
just
okay,
the fact
so
of how old Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are. It's just like, I don't know what all they're going to be able to do on set.
they're just it feels like a desperation move. So I like that story in the comic books. Okay, But the reason Infinity War worked with all those characters in it and Endgame worked is because we had those characters in so many other movies being built up.
Yeah.
Mostly, and not even in just one, some multiple movies where we're building up these characters and learning about them and getting used to the actors and whatever. We have no build up to Doomsday. The MCU has been a garbage pile since Endgame. So there hasn't
because
been.
you put all your chips in the Kang storyline,
Yeah,
and then we had to pivot away from
Well,
that.
but they didn't even really do that well though. It was
Not
it wasn't
disagreeing.
it wasn't done across the movies in a way that sort of built it up, and I don't even think they had to make it integral to the movies. I mean, if you look at the first phase of Marvel movies, the Thanos story was in
Thanos
post
until
credits.
the very end. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was in post credits,
and
and
you
it was
also look
perfect.
at the reveal of these two items in Avengers 1 being Infinity Stones until
Yeah.
later on. But the fact that they were kind of able to build upon the Infinity Stones throughout the phases of movies, and you peppered in Thanos a couple of times, like that
Mhm.
worked out really well. And we're not getting Doom until Fantastic Four. So we had like a whole post-Endgame phase of movies that doesn't really address who is a big bad threat going into it, because none of the post-Endgame movies worked. They were probably going to shoot for the Celestials from Eternals being more of a thing, but that movie fell flat on its face.
And
It
so
did.
Play the giant hand in the fucking Indian Ocean. Okay.
Well, I mean, that was a thing, at least in Captain America. But
Yeah, I was going to say we get answers in Captain America, just not necessarily what we wanted
yeah.
or what we needed.
Sydney says, name some movies that anger you. Sydney, do you understand how long we'd be here if we answer that
Yeah,
question?
for sure. The problem is, and I kind of attribute to this to someone who is living beyond their means, and I feel like the MCU is living beyond its means, in that they did so well with Phase 1, or with the first, couple of phases, really.
But the
Phase
all the
2
way
sucked.
Yeah, they did so well that they moved into a mansion that they can't afford, and now they want that same money and same success that they got with Infinity War and Endgame, but they don't want to take the 10 years that it took to get to that point, which it took 10 years to get there. They want it now, and it's not going to work. I even if the movie's okay, and it might be okay, it's still not going to work. Not like in the same way. Will it make $1 billion? Probably, but will people love it the way they do the Infinity War and Endgame? I bet not.
No.
And I know that Robert Downey Jr. or I know that Tony Stark has been Doctor Doom in the comics. That's all well and good, but it's different in movies. He should not be back in the MCU. That actor, he should not be back. Period. To me,
I love how the reaction to that was, what? Like, everyone's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Last story.
Moving on to yet another sequel discussion.
Yeah, so apparently there's going to be a follow-up to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, written by Tarantino, not directed by him, but directed by David Fincher. What the fuck? And to make it even better, what if we just put it straight to Netflix?
I thought this was an April Fool's Day joke.
Well, it was posted on April
1st.
fucking Fools, and I was like, haha. But apparently, no, it's true. So apparently, this was originally going to be a movie, a project called the Movie Critic, about a movie critic for like a porno magazine, and Tarantino started to pivot away from that and start making characters from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood have cameos, and they took over the script, and now apparently it's probably this. Since nobody has read the script for the Movie Critic, nobody knows. This is all hearsay. I don't know. This is really weird. David Fincher directing a Tarantino script. I mean,
with Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt returning.
Yeah. Frankly, I have not been a huge fan of Fincher's films post Netflix move.
Yeah, agreed.
At all. I didn't like Mank. I thought the Killer was really meh. Like, it had good sound design, and then that's it. I don't. And then he did a couple TV seasons that I just didn't really. I wasn't into Mindhunter. Sorry.
I thought Mindhunter was fine. The first season.
I don't know, man. I feel like Fincher is in like neutral.
And see, there's two ways that this can go. Somebody else directing a Tarantino script. I mean, it could be.
It could be It's Pat, or it could be True Romance.
Yeah, or I was going to say it could be True Romance, or it could be Natural Born Killers.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, True Romance is fantastic. Natural Born Killers is a shit show. There's some good parts of Natural Born Killers, but it's not.
I will die on that hill. Natural Born Killers is dog shit.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. It's just not. And it's annoying too, because Tarantino, he'll go out in interviews and say all this shit about streaming and, I don't even have Netflix and all this stuff. But then this will be the second time he's let one of his properties be desecrated on that platform.
Well, I think, honestly, I think he is so kind of scared shitless about this 10 movie limit. He, I think, really does not. I think he wants to
go out
write
strong.
A bunch, but apparently this is like the third or fourth project he's developed and then backed away from.
Yeah.
And I think that limit is actively kind of hurting him because
and it's self-imposed.
It's self-imposed. I mean, the guy is in his 60s or early 60s now. I don't blame him in wanting to stop and pivot to other things, but having this, my last film has to be an absolute banger. Let me develop stuff and then cancel it. Stanley Kubrick had this problem too, and there's a bunch of Stanley Kubrick
died
properties.
And didn't get to finish the shit.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, man. Like, if you're confident about your stuff, just do it.
Just make the movie. Yeah. And Stanley Kubrick, I mean, AI could have. I like AI overall, but it would have been a stronger film had he been able to finish it.
Well, apparently everybody says that ending is Spielberg, but no, that ending was Kubrick.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I thought it was Spielberg also.
It feels Spielberg.
But it's because Spielberg directed it. Now, that ending could have been a lot more palpable or a little darker had Kubrick directed it. It could have been the same ending. It just wouldn't have felt as Spielberg-y, know? So I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to watch this, to be honest.
I don't know if the characters are frankly interesting enough. I mean, I think we got our little piece of them, and I'm kind of done.
I love that movie. It's top tier Tarantino for me. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, I have a soft spot for movies about movie making too, so that's probably part of it.
And I have a soft spot for the Charles Manson Sharon Tate murder. So
that's true too. That's always an interesting thing. I agree with you to see that riffed on. But do we need more of it? I don't know. And is Margot Robbie coming back? I doubt it.
Doubtful.
That's what they really do.
What is she going to do?
Alternate history. What if Sharon Tate?
Because the only reason Margot Robbie was in that film as Sharon Tate was a misdirection for the audience.
Exactly.
The whole audience is going, "Oh, she's going to get fucking killed," and then spoilers, she doesn't.
It's one big
lose.
Yeah.
So what would her point in the film be?
It's such a.
I don't actually think she will be in the movie. I think it would have been funny if it dealt with future what could have been Sharon Tate. Like maybe she divorced Roman Polanski and Roman Polanski gets arrested for child stuff. There's something you should do that. To put as soft of a point on it as I can. And that would be a great alternate history to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm even down to the point where, okay, Steven, visually, when you think of a Tarantino film, visually, what do you think of?
You mean as far as his not
style, like visual style, visuals alone? Yep, Steven's he froze.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
He is. He's back.
I think 70s Grindhouse. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Okay, and now when you think of David Fincher's filmography in terms of just visual style,
I think European and icy,
razor sharp, precise.
Yeah.
Tarantino is loose, shot on film,
grainy, messy.
These
Yeah.
do not mix.
But you say that, but Tony Scott's style sure did mix with Tarantino's script.
But Tony Scott, I would say, still has a lot of elements from Tarantino, just twisted a bit. We're talking film to digital.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
And Tony Scott was still on film.
Yeah, stylistically, it is a further stretch. I think icy. I think sharp edges. I think blacks and blues. And Tarantino, I think sepia,
orange,
warm,
reds. Unless we're talking Hateful Eight, in which we get those whites and those
Mhm.
white highlights and yellows.
So it is going to be like, if this was a movie, I'd be more excited. I wouldn't mind seeing
Netflix.
I wouldn't mind seeing what Fincher would do cinematically with a Tarantino story. I'd be down to see that. But as a show, I'm just not that interested, because it is like you said with Mindhunter, it was fine. It was fine. I thought season 1 was fine. I was not excited to watch more, and I didn't end up watching more. I think there was only 2 seasons, right? So I don't know. It's a weird story, and literally until I saw it reported in like Variety, I didn't really believe it. I thought it was a joke.
Well, apparently this isn't a TV show. This is a movie.
Oh, okay. It's not a series.
Yeah, it's just going to Netflix.
Yeah, it's just going to Netflix.
Straight to Netflix.
I mean, that helps a little bit, but you know what's funny is if I do commit time to a streaming service, it's almost never for a movie. Isn't that weird? But it's true.
Well, there's no urgency to view it, which is my problem with streaming, when it's just available and you're like, oh, I'll get to that.
Yeah, and then top 10 film come around and you're like, oh shit, I've seen 3 movies this year.
On that though, there is one show we talked about last week that Zach and I are watching. Now, clearly, episode 4 of the show just came out, and it was weaker. A
lot weaker.
Yeah, it was a lot weaker.
I didn't even like the plot, man. To me, it was like, is this happen? Is this a thing?
But because the first 3 episodes were so strong, though, I still have faith, and it's The Studio, the show on Apple TV.
Okay.
The Seth Rogen show about him being a studio executive. The first 3 were great. The second episode was incredible. Episode 2 is still peak.
I'm willing to give it a shot because you guys hardly ever still steer me wrong for TV shows, but I fucking hate Seth Rogen.
So I don't hate Seth Rogen, but I also don't like him. It's not. I would never watch anything because of him.
He's nothing but like drug and dick jokes.
Yeah,
there's none of that really in here.
There's none of that in this, not really. And even when there is those jokes, it is not at his expense. It's somebody else.
Okay, so that might be bearable, but like, yeah, fuck.
I think he the stuff that I've seen him in more recently has kind of grown a bit more out of that, and especially as he's produced more stuff as well.
Well, also the thing is he has a really strong love of film, and you can feel it in this series. I think you guys will dig it.
It's weird too because just to go into this episode real quick, the episode revolves around someone lost a reel of film, like literally on the shoot. Oh, reel 9 has been lost, or reel 10, or whatever. Oh, well, what was reel 10? That was our shootout scene, and I'm like, you had one camera with a 400-foot reel, which is like 6 minutes. You shot the whole scene in 6 minutes of film. Like,
well,
it didn't make sense.
I didn't put that much into it. I just figured it was a camera. It was maybe the main camera or something like that. I didn't put that much thought into it.
I looked at it as they treated it almost like digital, to where that's all of our film for that entire shoot day, and I'm like, you do know, like, you've been accurate with everything so far, and all of a sudden you're going, we have to dumb this down.
Yeah,
because it makes no sense. If you said we had 7 reels, and all 7 reels for that shoot, because we had 6 cameras, those are missing now, I'd be like, holy shit, this is a problem. But when you say 1, I'm like, fucking get over yourself and reshoot about 4 minutes.
I'm not. Boy, you know what 4 minutes? You're something.
What I'm saying is,
it's in 4 minutes, especially if it was
it's a single reel of film.
That's a big cost, sir.
Okay, sure. Fix it in the edit. We've lost fucking camera footage before, and you know what we do? We fix it in the edit because that shit happens sometimes.
And how we were able to fix it in the edit is from the other cameras.
Yes,
So
and
that's
my
just
point.
the way
You had other fucking the whole.
You guys,
the plot,
whether you guys
listen.
Here's the thing: whether you guys like or dislike the episode will not be based on that fucking stuff. That's.
Yeah.
I will say we do need to start watching more Apple TV because I want to watch Severance so bad.
Okay, so I've been watching season 2. Everybody's losing their mind over it. I think it's fine. I love season 1. I think season 2's fine.
I just love Adam Scott, so it's like I want to see him do something like more dramatic.
Yeah. Here's one thing I can report that I'm happy about though, is the second season of Silo steers its way back into the source material a little better than season 1, and I was happy for that because I love the books.
Okay.
So it.
Yeah, I love the books. Yeah.
I had a lot of problems with season 1 because it was just they added so much shit just to fluff it up, and they didn't need to. Season 2 course corrects a good bit and gets a little closer back to the books, which is cool. So if you're going to get on Apple TV, I recommend. Clearly, Severance is still good. It is good. Silo is good, and I know that one aspect of episode 4 of the studio pissed Zach off. I get it, but I also am not going to let that ruin the show for me.
It's not that it pissed me off. I just didn't have investment to really kind of get like with the one. In episode 2, it deals with getting.
Don't
like,
spoil, sir.
It's about getting. It's a one-shot scene that we have to get before a certain time. So there's tension because it can't be redone. That's the whole point. So when you say, "Oh, this one thing went missing," I go, "Okay,
all right." So it's recommended, though. I think you guys should watch it and report back. Let us know what you think, because like I said, I think episode 1 is really good. Episode 2 is fantastic.
Yeah, so
what would you recommend to watch that is on, say, physical?
What would I recommend on physical? Well, okay, there's a lot of things that I would recommend on physical, but this week is a little slim.
Okay.
This one is a no-brainer purchase for me, though. The Long Kiss Goodnight 4K Limited Edition is out this week. I love Gina Davis, and this is one of those flash-in-the-pan, once every 20 years, Rennie Harlan did something good movies. He doesn't get many. Clearly, he gets The Long Kiss Goodnight, and he gets fucking Cliffhanger. That's about it.
What if you wanted to watch a rip-off, like a shitty rip-off of Halloween?
Oh, then you would watch Sorority House Massacre, and it's on 4K also.
Dude.
Yeah.
Was it on 35 when we watched that? It was such a piece of shit.
I don't remember if that one was on 35 or not.
I hated it. I violently hated it. God.
I mean, I kind of enjoy those knockoff movies from the 80s, so I didn't hate it as bad, but yeah, it's not good. It's not.
When you've sat through 10 and a half hours of movies, and you're tired, and you're like, haha, it's only like 80 minutes. How bad could it be? And it felt like 6 fucking hours, man.
I like that movie, to be honest. I do not hate it the way you do.
Some people like it, but you know what else you could watch this week?
You could watch something like it hot on 4K. That is a classic. And then finally, if you want a little body horror, Reanimator is out on 4K. I'll probably end up with that one too at some point because it's fun. But yeah,
segue for almost every single movie.
Yeah.
Say it again.
We had a segue for every movie.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, that's the show.
Yeah.
And that was pretty good for you guys. I've missed this, but I had had 2 weeks that we missed because I was getting ready for South by, then I was gone to South by, and then Zach and I were both sick as hell.
Dude,
yeah.
For a couple of weeks after, like taking
suck.
turns as being really sick. It's terrible.
Yeah, because we were up in Nashville the weekend that you got back from South by Southwest, and we were like, "Oh, let's hang out." And you're like dying on your death.
Yeah, I was dying. It was awful. But Texas has weird ass weather.
And then last week, our internet was gone.
Yeah,
like,
it was
for over
out,
24 hours.
It was out all day Wednesday.
Yeah,
I was out of work. Tina was out of work. We were just
That sucks. We did end up streaming last week. We did CultureSmash Q&A.
Oh, nice.
good.
Yeah, we just the chat were asking us a bunch of questions, so it was pretty fun. We just streamed questions and answers for like an hour.
And had drinks.
And Zach had drinks. Zach had celebratory drinks.
Was I celebrating? Yeah, I was celebrating.
You were. It was that day, sir.
Yeah, then I got bad news. So, it's like you get to start your new job. Hooray!
I know you don't.
Actually,
Actually, you get jury duty for 2 weeks.
and then you have to call your employer and be like, so I got bad news.
I didn't know this.
Well, you see, if you watch the CultureSmash
If I had internet.
I got on a place, so
Yay.
Good.
Starting next week is what I would say if I didn't have jury duty.
Exactly. All right, let's bring this baby to an end. Nico, where do we find you on the internet, sir?
And you can find pretty much everything I do at nicholasqualls.com. And if you are in the Nashville or the Middle Tennessee area and you like anime, check out the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention coming up next weekend, April 18th through the 20th.
Yeah, so real quick, are you still part of the planning for that? Or so what is your position? What do you do now for them?
I'm still co-chair because I was co-chair when I started planning the year before I moved, and
got it.
Dealing with venue contracts and stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So Tina?
You can find me on most major social media under Cheddar Popper, CheddarPoppr.
And Zach?
You can find me on Instagram and Steam. I'm Master of the Matrix 91. And you can find me on Discord, Master Z91, and Letterboxd, Master Z91. Wait, Discord, I'm a dangerous meat lunatic. What am I talking about? Anyway.
Yeah, don't fuck it up.
He's not that dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, so find me at all things OTS Movies. OTS Movies on TikTok, YouTube, and Letterboxd, and Instagram. That's pretty easy. Also on Blue Sky, OTS Movies, and now on what is it called? What is the name of it? So there's another app now.
Another one.
Well, okay, so this is what's happening because of TikTok possibly going away. On Blue Sky, Skylight Social, it's basically TikTok, but it's done domestically by an independent company. So I did set up an account there just in case, because who knows? Because as of today, the TikTok deal is off the table. China has pulled it off the table indefinitely.
So they're doubling down again?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they're mad about the tariffs, so they're like, nah, we're not even going to talk to you about TikTok now. It's done. So who knows how this is going to go after this 75-day extension. So follow me on Blue Sky. That's probably your best bet, and then you'll get linked over to the other TikTok knockoff app, which is pretty good. It's not bad. Skylight
I
Social.
thought you were going to say Red Note for a second.
Hell no. Anybody that goes over there, that's scary to me. But anyway, that's where you can find me, and I guess we'll see everybody next week.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.